Gervonta Davis getting ready to fight Ryan Garcia, and there is a one-way rematch clause. That's what I want to talk about. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. The much-anticipated super fight between Gervonta Tank Davis of Baltimore and Ryan Garcia from Victorville, coming soon. Now, I just got information that there's actually a rematch clause, but it's one way. It only favors Gervonta Davis. So this means if Ryan were to beat Gervonta Davis, there's a rematch clause option for Gervonta Davis. So Gervonta can pull the trigger if he were to lose and have the rights or the dibs to rematch Ryan Garcia if he chooses. He has basically the way it works. They put like an expiration date, 60, 90 days, and you have to decide within that time. The reason being, I mean, if they didn't have an expiration date or when the rematch clause could happen, that would create other conflict. For example, you would hold up someone's career potentially because you would prevent them from being able to fight someone else. And if you didn't, and they were able to fight someone else in between, then what happens if they get knocked out in their next fight in a title defense? Or like, let's say if it's a belt situation and you lose your belt, you have a rematch clause, and then you wait. If they didn't do these things, then someone could just move on to another opponent and then potentially lose, and then you would lose your belt, and then that original guy that you got the belt from would have no way to get the belt back because it's in someone completely different who's not under contract. So that's why these things are outlined in such a manner. It has to make sense. So usually you have a certain amount of time where you can exercise the rematch clause, yay or nay. For example, Canelo had this option versus Dimitri Bivol, and he chose not to do an immediate rematch, but he could have. He instead wanted to fight a 40-year-old Gennady. Hey guys, hey Max, no guys is punches. He decided to go that route, and we know why, because he knew that Bivol smoke was heavy. So I'm not surprised. Tank Davis is the A side in this situation. He has the leverage, and this is not abnormal. You know, sometimes you can get a bilateral rematch clause. And see, this is the thing when it comes to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. They were offering a bilateral rematch clause for that particular fight. So it's pretty shocking that Terrence Crawford elected no anyway, when it's a chance for everything. The fight you said you wanted, you know, you would have made a career high payday, I would imagine. It's an anticipated fight for undisputed. And you also, as well as Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, they both had a rematch clause option. So no matter who won or lost, the other person could press the button and pull the trigger on a rematch, unlike this situation. Now, I know the Tank haters, they like to unite like Voltron and say this and that, but most of them don't know what they talking about anyway. This is not uncommon. You know, sometimes there's a bilateral rematch clause, but I would probably say it's about 50-50. There's a lot of instances where only the A side has the option. And I think this is evident in many of Canelo's fights. If you look at the devil in the details, many of Canelo fights are one-way rematch. Like if Canelo loses to Caleb Smith, he can exercise a rematch clause, but they're not going to give Caleb Smith that same luxury or same right. If he loses, like he did lose, it's just over for him. And Canelo can continue on with his career. Same thing with Caleb Plant. There probably wasn't an immediate rematch clause because knowing Caleb Plant's mentality, he might have pulled the trigger. So these are all examples of one-way rematch clauses. Again, the Tank haters, the people who don't like PBC and Gervonta and all this, they're going to overinflate this and make it like, oh, Tank's scared and all that. It's very common business practice. It just depends on, you know, what you want outlined in the contract. And the people behind, like the people in the suits, the lawyers and the attorneys, it's up to you to get a deal and represent the fighter and represent in the way that you want. So if you agree to a catch weight of 2 pounds, or you agree to, you know, wear like cheap gloves or whatever, that's really your team's fault. Because your team, if you're so desperate for a deal and you just take whatever and they're not negotiating and fighting on your behalf, that's really a you issue. So I don't feel sorry for Ryan Garcia. You know, credit to him for maybe not being particular and just wanting to fight to the point where he was desperate to get the fight met, and he was willing to concede to certain things to make it smooth. So, you know, it just benefits the fans because we actually get the fight. Let me know how I did in this video. One-way rematch clause only for Tank, not for Ryan Garcia. But the other issue with the rematch clause is just a contractual obligation. You don't have to have a rematch clause to have a rematch. You dig? So you can have no rematch clause, and then if the business was phenomenal and everybody made a lot of money and it was a spirited fight or whatever, you could still do a rematch. That's what people forget. That's why you come to my channel. I give you the ins and outs of boxing and let you know the deal. You don't have to have a rematch clause to have a rematch. You do have to have a rematch clause to contractually lock somebody in to a rematch. That's the difference. But there could be no rematch clause at all. And then if the business makes sense and the fighters want to run it back, then they can do that. They have that option. So that's how that works. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm the best in the business, and I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.